Hey, thanks for joining the Ed Sullivan Experience. Before we get started with the show, I wanted to talk to you about some friends of mine at Dirty Works T-Shirts and Designs. You can find them on Facebook, and you can email them at dirtyworkst-shirts at gmail.com. They made this cool swag cup for me. They made a cool little swag bag with a little pack with a bunch of stuff in it. You got magnets, keychains, buttons, all kinds of good stuff. So we're going to be offering all that stuff on our website soon. So if you want to support the show, you can go on there and buy some Ed Sullivan Experience swag. If you just want to get something designed for yourself, a t-shirt, a mug, a cup, or buttons or magnets or anything, just get a hold of them at Dirty Works T-Shirts and Designs on Facebook. And like I said, you can email them at dirtyworkst-shirts at gmail.com. Ask for Aaron. Let them know that you saw this on the Ed Sullivan Experience. And who knows, maybe they'll hook you up. So, all right, so let's get on with the show. The Ed Sullivan Experience is starting now. Hey, thank you for joining the Ed Sullivan Experience, broadcasting from our farm in Tennessee. I want to thank you for purchasing your ticket to Destination Unknown. That's right. That's the ride that's going to take you to hell and back. If you want to know about Bigfoot, you want to know about aliens, you want to know about UFOs and the paranormal, well, we got the people that have the stories, and they're going to share them with you. So just sit back, enjoy the ride, keep your arms and legs in the vehicle at all times. Before you run out the ride screaming, please make sure the ride comes to a complete stop. So let's get the Ed Sullivan Experience started. Let's do this now. Hey, thank you for joining the Ed Sullivan Experience. I want to thank my special guest today, Miss Cassidy Rey. How are you doing?
Hi, good. How you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. So I'm going to have you explain what you do and who you are. I know you're a psychic medium.
Yeah.
I also read on your page you're a holistic life coach as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can explain that for me, who's not real intelligent on this stuff, and maybe some of my viewers that don't know what it is, will.
For sure. Yep. So I identify as a psychic medium. I have known the gifts that I have of mediumship since I was really young. I've just kind of always connected with my own grandparents who passed away, or my own close family and friends. Never really knew I could do it for other people, which was really cool. I always envied those shows, Teresa the Long Island Medium and Tyler the Hollywood Medium. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. I was like, how do they do it for other people? So I've always done it for myself. And then 2020 happened, pandemic happened, and I guess it kind of triggered woke up, my spiritual awakening happened, and I just kind of felt a call to tell people that I can communicate with loved ones who have passed over. And just for fun, I bought like a deck of tarot cards. I didn't know I was psychic at this time. Bought some tarot cards and just kind of went from there, did some free readings for fun. And then the day that I announced, like, hey, I have this, I'm going to do some free readings. I'm a medium. I had at least 60 to 100 signups within 24 hours, and it just blew up massively.
Wow.
And so about 6 months into that journey of me just discovering I can actually do this for other people, it became a full-time job. So I was in my master's for clinical mental health. I was going to become a counselor. Really didn't feel like that was the right path for me with all the structures. If you know my personality from you've seen from the videos, I don't do well with authority. Right. I don't like people bossing me around. I like to be the boss. So I dropped out, and then I created my own business, which essentially I work helping healing. It's like a form of counseling, but through my mediumship and psychic gifts. So I really just try to help people up level and become their best selves. I don't want to just give you silly little info and have you go run with it. I want growth. So
I saw on your YouTube page, because I watched all your videos. That's really what wanted me to get you on the show, because you were no holds barred, straight to the point. Yeah. Don't give a fuck. You're going to say whatever you're going to say, and that's how. One of the biggest things I loved was the last one I just saw that you did was you turned off all your notifications because you're like, you people are stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. I get it. So.
I have one video right now that's going viral because I was just kind of mentioning to you before the show. I channeled some psychic visions about Queen Elizabeth. I truly don't believe she'll be making it past this Pluto return that's coming on the 22nd. And some things with our president as well. I get a lot of channel messages that they'll be ill, possibly not in power. And so I got a lot of traction from these videos. My spirit guides, that's who I communicate. I just call my spirit guides. They tell me to say things pretty much and warn people and help people. And so I put a video out and people don't understand my humor who don't know me. I have aggressive humor, and the way I just do everything is a bit more dominating than your average spiritual light worker, you could say.
Right.
So I do feel a little bit outcasted in this kind of work because I don't feel as like head in the clouds woo woo as a lot of people. And so, yeah, this one video, people just wouldn't shut the fuck up, to be honest.
But I think that's what makes you more believable than some of these other ones. Like you were talking about the Long Island medium and stuff like that. Watching those shows before you knew you could do all this, were you like, is it real?
I'll never, a part of me didn't wonder if it was real because from such a young age, I was already talking to dead people. But
what age was that?
What?
What age was that?
I think like my most conscious memory would probably be like 7 years old, when my great grandma passed. And then because I realized she had an open casket and I remember crying like, oh wait, I don't want to see her dead. And I, told my mom, I don't want to say goodbye to her. It doesn't feel right. I was scared to see a dead body. Obviously I was, 7. And then, later that night I came home and I was like, Mom, like I take it back. Like I do want to say goodbye to her and talk to her. And she's like, well, it's too late. Like she's gone already. And then like that day she started speaking to me and I was seeing her and I was like, but it's not too late. It's never too late.
That's 7 though. That's got to be kind of scary, isn't it?
It was, yeah, no, this was not fucking fun to have. Like, I actually hated my abilities growing up because, one, it was not really talked about. If it was, you're seen as, like, devilish or whatever.
Right.
That kind of scrutiny you get for it. But, no, I had a lot, I have more protection spiritually these days, but I do experience a lot of demonic or lower vibrational energy. I get horrible sleep paralysis. When I first started this work, I had entire scars up my arm and down my leg on my left side because that's where I receive energy. And when I was doing all these free readings for people, I was just letting any energy in. I wasn't using crystals. I wasn't using incense, nothing to protect my body and my mind from this stuff. So basically any and every energy could latch onto me.
So, and that's always been my wife's biggest fear. And I had someone else on here who I don't want to say does the same thing, but
connects.
Connects. Kind of, she crosses people over. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and one of the things she was saying, and I was asking her was, aren't you afraid they're going to attach to you? Because my wife is like freaky. She's like, okay, all these people you're talking to, because I'm like, hey, I want to do this and that. She's like, you're not bringing home no fucking ghost here. Okay. None. I'm like,
yeah.
But she believes in all that. She loves all those shows and everything else, but she just doesn't want anything attached between her and my daughter-in-law.
Yeah, and I think that's actually something that's not discussed enough in this work. Like I said, people try to keep it all love and light. Oh my gosh, I'm connecting to spirit or God, and that's great. Like there are days where I feel that, but there is some very real shit out there and very scary shit as well, and things I've experienced for myself. I have spoken Latin in my sleep for 2 minutes straight. My roommate, who at the time in college was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And my nightmare, my sleep paralysis was a demon trying to enter my chest, and I was speaking Latin. And so like that's shit that like we don't talk about. Like it's not all holy and angelic, although now I can filter out because I have control of my gifts. I can filter out which spirits to accept and not accept.
Well, and so that's what she was.
You can say no.
That's what she was saying too. Was she said she's learned how to handle them. You know, and she said her most vulnerable time is when she's sleeping.
Yeah, I fucking hate it. Honestly, I don't like sleeping.
She said they've actually told her how they're going to kill her, what she tastes like. And I'm like, what the fuck? Really? It's fucked. Like, I can't take NyQuil or melatonin even. No sleeping
pills, or else I'm just like sent to whatever dimension they take me to. And it's absolutely terrifying. There was parts in college where, I didn't want to sleep for weeks because, I would do everything I could to stay awake as well, because I would see, this one fucking bitch. She would haunt me all the time. Like, I'm talking like black hair, white dress, creepy girl in the corner vibes. And I was like, fuck you, get out of my life.
But yet you still keep doing this. That's what gets me. I'm like, what the fuck? I'd be like, okay, fuck this. I'm done. No.
Well, that's the thing. You can't really turn it off.
So once you open the door, that's it.
Yeah. And my door was open young. So I told you I started seeing spirits around 7 or 8, but I had a near-death experience when I was 1.5. And I believe that kind of allowed me to be so awake in this lifetime. I think we all are capable of being psychic mediums. I think we just use a different word, like gut feelings or intuition. It's really just that, listening. Once you do listen and tune in, it's actually very normal. Like that voice in your head isn't just like you.
Right. So, but that all goes to the third eye, right? Brings back to the third eye.
Yeah, well, within the chakras, like you on your crown, you receive all your messages up there, and then the third eye makes a lot of sense of it. So what to do with the message that I'm getting in your crown chakra? Imagine like just a halo around your head, like that's where the image kind of comes in. That's your crown chakra.
Okay.
And then your third eye knows what to do with it.
So do you cross people over as well?
It's actually funny you said that she does that, because I've been looking and I literally have been calling and applying to hospice centers. I don't need another job. I want to simply help people die. Right. Just put it nicely. It's something I'm very interested in. I actually would love to.
And it's so funny because, like I said, at the beginning, when I first started, my wife had talked about this. My daughter-in-law talks about this all the time. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in spirits. Yeah. Well, they sitting here watching me fuck all the time. No, I don't want I don't even want to think about that. I'm going to the bathroom.
I used to think about that. Now I'm just like, you know what? Anyone's welcome, whatever.
Yeah. So I'm like, there's no way my grandmother's sitting here watching me take a shit or whatever, so, but it's so funny because now having you on here as the second person, and you said you're saying a lot of the same stuff that she has said. So it's like, it's verifying. One of the things you first said was spirit guide. You have a spirit guide.
Okay. So yeah, most people, I think, who are in this work understand spirit guides and use that. I believe we're born with a team of guides. I don't think it's just one spirit. It depends how evolved your soul is and your karma and all of that. That's how many you're born with. But usually you're born with, I forget the author who talks about it, but like a doctor guide, a joy guide, a protector guide, a master guide who you would rarely connect with, a teacher guide. And maybe these aren't all different energies, but you can tap into. So like I do this on myself. I go to the doctor's office in spirit world. I will sit down and I'll write out my notes of what I need to do mentally and physically to my body. And I channel messages around my health and what needs to shift, if there's changes in diets or vitamins I need. And then mentally as well, they give me things I need to know. So I don't even go to the doctor. I'm completely holistic. Right. I take no pills.
Well, and she had told me about my spirit guides. So she told me I had 3. So, and the one
she found him. That's cool.
Yeah, she talked to him right there. I got to ask questions, and I'm like, what the fuck? So
that's really cool.
The last one, she said, is my last one. She gave me his name, said, this is the one he said he's going to be with you till the end.
Oh, that's quite impressive. Like, yeah, a lot of them will fade out, or you'll get new ones depending on what you're transitioning in life. But then sometimes you have that one who stays for life. Your life.
Yeah, this one's been with me for 19 years. There was one that was only there for my first one was only 7 years.
Wow, that's actually incredible that she picked all that up. I mean, I've never picked that kind of information of specific names and stuff of spirit guides for other people.
She's actually going to do a live show. I'm going to do a live show with her. She's going to do. She's going to talk to people. I'm going to have call-ins.
Yeah, I got to get in contact with her.
Yeah, so it'd be great if I have you both on here at the same time. So that'd be great.
That'd be really cool. Yeah.
She also, and my show, the premise of my show is Bigfoot, UFOs, aliens, and paranormal. So
yeah,
she also spoke to an alien.
Yeah, okay, that's
during
what I
that.
was gonna say. That's why I'm really interested in, the name and topics of your show, because I connect with, ETs, aliens, call it whatever you're
And
comfortable with. But
see, and I love that. I love that you're getting ready to talk about that. So
yeah, no,
let's talk about it.
God, I actually made a video on it. I don't think it's on my YouTube, but it's on my TikTok. And it happened in a Reiki session just like 2 weeks ago, I think. This one was really recent. And keep in mind, like, I don't really know the names of other ET species, I guess we could call them.
Right.
I've seen, like, a couple of videos of, like,
There's
Meridians
grays
or
and
whatever.
reptilians and stuff like that. Yep.
But I wouldn't say I've ever studied or looked into it. So for this to come in a session and for me to pick up an exact name was pretty crazy. So she was laying there on her stomach, and I was doing a Reiki session with her, incense, all the noises and everything. She was laying there, and it's just energy healing. I don't touch your body, really. I just kind of transfer through space. And I saw a rainbow from her feet to the tip of her head. And I've never seen a rainbow aura in anybody before. And I was like, well, this seems like a big fucking deal. I'm like, why am I seeing a rainbow? And I'm telling her, I'm like, there's a rainbow connected from your feet to your head. She was like, okay, like, what do we do with this information? I was like, I actually fucking don't know. And then I was like, and I see blue figures, like pretty tall, like 18-foot ET figures. And, just imagine actually the movie Avatar. Like, they kind of look, they actually really truly look like that. Some of them do.
Right.
And so I saw those two figures came through for her, and they were there to protect her and guide her, and they're very ancestral and connected with her. And so we leave the session, and I was like, I don't know what. I think I said, like, oh, Pleiadian or something. I was like, I'm getting Pleiadian. So I don't know anything. So after the session, I had to go home and Google what a Pleiadian ET species was. And the first image I clicked was they do rainbow aura exercises, or like whatever the term was, but like doing rainbow aura cleansing is what you do to work with your Pleiadian energy. And I was like, oh shit. So she's literally a Pleiadian.
Right. And that makes a lot of sense. There's a book. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on.
Or no, it was Arcturian. Pleiadian was another client I had. Arcturian is the one I got with her. ARC. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a book by Craig Camboboso. It's called The Extraterrestrial Species Almanac. So,
does it list them all in there?
Yes, and has pictures and everything about them. So if you ever get a chance, I'll get you the link for that. But yeah, I mean, there's
hell yeah. Yeah, okay, 100%. And it is true. Like, the ones I've seen a couple different ones. I've seen a Meridian, a Lumerian, a Pleiadian, and an Arcturian. Those are the ones I've seen.
See, and all those names are in there.
Different. I gotta get that book. Yeah.
Yes.
Some of them look more human.
Yep.
And then some of them look more alien.
Exactly. And that book might help you a lot with what you're doing because you're going to be able to better connect with and know who you're talking to. Or
yeah, no, hell yeah, it would help me a lot because I get a lot of colors in my visions, and so it's honestly like a scavenger fucking hunt in your head. Like, it literally is. You're like, okay, I'm seeing blue. What does blue mean? Like, It could be in anything. I'm like, does this mean boy? Does this mean Cancer that's ruled by the ribbon that's blue? It could mean different things for people. They usually clear it up really quick. But
this is so freaky. The hair on my arms is standing up.
Well,
I'm like, what
chills are actually a sign of spirit connecting with you.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's what I need.
They've latched on.
Oh, honey, guess what?
I've got one.
Yeah.
I got it. No, I'll make sure you're all cleansed and ready to go home safely.
So, I don't need your address or anything, but where are you located? What state are you in?
I'm in Los Angeles, actually.
Okay, so you're in California. Because I was watching your videos, and it said you were going state to state to state. And I'm like, hey, maybe I can get her to stop in Tennessee.
Oh, you're in Tennessee? I love Nashville. I would love to come visit.
We're we're a few hours from Nashville, but we're in a little town. We got 18-acre farm. Matter of fact,
it's
we
gorgeous
just had
out there.
two baby goats born today, and a baby goat born 4 days ago.
Life. Yeah, I only went to Nashville one time for 24 hours, so I'll definitely be. I'm in need of traveling over there, so I'll cruise through one of these days.
Yeah, let us know. You can always stay on the farm. LA. So
I love farms.
That'd be great.
Over here.
I know.
I was just sitting in. That's why I emailed you. I was like, I'm going to be a little late. I was sitting in LA traffic.
I know. Yeah, we moved from Florida to here, so.
On my road trip adventure, Florida was one of my favorite states that I visited.
Was it? And I hated it. I hate Florida.
I mean, I didn't like the people, to be honest, but I like the beach. Yeah, I'm a big beach person.
Tennessee's awesome. So, anyways, so aliens.
So yeah, I'm from LA.
Yeah. So aliens, you've spoken to.
Speak to, I would say quite often. I have 2 of my own that I speak with pretty much every night before bed. They protect me from my sleep paralysis now. There's 2 guys, 18 footers. Well, one's 15, one's 18 foot. The masters are 18 feet is from what they told me. And, you know, literally like I'm talking Avatar hair, long hair braid vibes. And then they hold these 2 shafts like giant sticks. And when I'm about to go to bed or I feel like that dark energy come near me, and those are the 2 I call on, and they take care of business, and then the little sleep demons fuck off.
Do you ask them questions? I mean, I'd be like, I'd have so many freaking questions. I'm like, and then when she asked the other day when I had the show with Rachel, and she's like, well, yeah, you can ask them questions, and I'm like, duh, I don't have nothing to say. I'm like, shit, I mean, it's thinking nothing now.
It depends. Like, to me, they come to me when I need to hear something. If I like seek them out, it's not very common for me to go seek them out. Like my messages are weird. Like it's sporadic, it's random. It's just, hey, say this now and literally get it out there right now. And you know, actually, one thing I want to share with my ET experience. This one was one of the fucking craziest ones I had. Her name was Sarah, of all names. Like, I'm like, what is this, your American name? Yeah, no, I talk to them the same way I talk to people. I mean, I can be a little asshole with them too. But her name was Sarah, and it was really a terrifying vision she showed me, and it's a lot of the stuff I've talked about in my most recent videos with the Pluto return coming on February 22nd. But she was in this field, and I was with her, walking with her, and she was very kind, very gentle, made me feel safe. And she was showing me like basically a city on fire and riots and deaths and just really, really dark shit. And the people, let's just say capitalism is the people in this one. They were about to take her next and kill her. Like, she exposed herself as an ET. And then she was like, okay, like, I have to die now. And I was like crying. I was like, no, like, what do you mean? And she was like, I signed up for this. Like, I'm okay with this. My soul agreed that I need to die to help the betterment of the world and things like that. But that was right before the Astro World concert. And I felt like shit that I didn't make a video of it right away. It happened, I mean, literally within 24 hours, the Astro World concert happened. And I was like, fuck, like, could I have prevented anything?
Yeah, but probably not.
Like, how would I have known that was the concert? But
right,
she was
and
showing me,
like she said, if that's her destiny, then there's not really a whole lot you're going to be able to change as far as that goes.
It's just like guilt of like knowing, because I do know so many things. Sometimes I just don't know what I should share with people.
Right. Yeah. So she said she knew that this was coming.
Mm-hmm. She showed me the her sacrifice. Death.
So let me ask you a question: Do you believe in death as final, or do you believe that we reincarnate? Or
no, I believe reincarnate. I believe Earth is kind of like an 80 billion year program, and we're about like 40 in. I believe a lot of souls. My soul, I at least have tapped into 5 of my lifetimes, and so I've seen my body. It's really crazy, the shit I've seen. I got a Salem witch trial story for you.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, but I seen past lives, so I believe in reincarnation and karma, and that's why, like, I believe in this lifetime I'm doing everything I can to hook my next lifetime up.
See, and that's what I think too. I'm a firm believer in reincarnation. One of the reasons is because energy is constant. Okay, so if you die, what happens to that energy? It's got to go somewhere. So so
I don't believe death is final.
Correct. And I believe that every time you come back, it's an upgrade. You're upgrading your life. So you've learned from the shit you did before.
Yeah. Even if it's just this much of an upgrade, you're like, you should have seen your last life, bitch.
Exactly. That's what I'm like. Holy fuck. The shit I've been through this life. So
one of my most recent lifetimes, which is actually crazy, I was alive during the same time as my parents and my grandparents. My most recent life, because I died in my 40s, and I was a very rich Hollywood man. And I don't know my name, but I know that I came right back to LA, and I think it was for this Great Awakening that's coming on February 22nd. But yeah, I was a bit of a dick. I was an asshole. I used people. I used money as a negative way. I hurt people. I did hurt. Like, I killed people. Or sent at least one hitman I heard about. So that was fun to have to realize about myself. And so my karma in this lifetime is massive, obviously. And so for me to do this work as a living to help people now, I mean, shit, my soul learned and grew so much.
Right. Well, and that's the same question I asked Rachel about this too. So if you believe that, like I believe that, so does everybody get another shot?
I would say most, and then this has only happened twice. I've experienced this, so most of us will keep reincarnating, unless you've up-leveled your soul to the point where, like, it's not you're done with Earth school. You could put it that way, and then you go either to your home planet or on another mission. It's just kind of like never-ending cycles of like fucking work.
Right.
I'm like, should I be getting paid for this shit?
So what about what about Hitler? Because that was my question to her. Was Hitler
Hitler?
Does he get a redo?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I can guarantee he's already been recycled back.
Great.
You know how many assholes are out there?
True.
No, true. But so in 2 of my sessions, very rare, but a loved one who was living here on Earth crossed over, and he actually took his own life. And so he told me, I'm not coming back to Earth. He said, I literally can't fucking do it. Like, I'm done. So your soul can actually choose. It's rare to not come back because they send us here for reasons. But for him to just tell me, like, I'm becoming a spirit guide is what he told me. And I've never experienced anything like that. And so for this girl now, she has a forever angel, you know? And it's hard to tell people because, like, most souls reincarnate really quickly. So when you're like, oh, hey, like, can I talk to my dead whoever, and sometimes I'm like, they're already back.
Right. And that was,
but I can connect with their energy, no problem.
Right.
Yeah.
So is there a difference between the guardian angel and somebody that's just reincarnated their soul?
Yeah, I kind of have 3 things that I say. So, like, someone who's living here, like, say my cousin died, that would be an angel. I would just call it my angel.
Okay.
A guardian angel I would consider more angelic and holy. It's a different type of energy when you tap into it. It honestly feels like God. I can't even explain the feeling, but like feeling a slice of heaven is like the prettiest thing ever. So guardian angel energy to me is very different. There's also archangels, if you've ever archangels.
Mm-hmm. Archangels,
like Michael and Raphael, and so those I would consider more like the guardian. And then spirit guides, which are different. So when people think I'm talking about spirit guides, I think I'm talking about, oh, like my dad who passed. I'm like, no, that's different than your spirit guide. Like they will stay with you forever,
right?
Or whatever, cycle through when they want. But very different, very, very different.
So is there a heaven and hell?
Oh, I had a video on this actually that I made. I love this topic.
I know. I know. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, I actually love talking about this. So heaven, hell, purgatory are simply vibrational frequencies. There's not one place that's all flying around, wings and angels, and then there's not one place where you're sitting in a pit of fire. It is about where your soul's level of karma is, where your energy is at. And so I'll just give the example. I connected with one soul. He also took his own life in a jail cell, actually. So pretty intense death. And the first time I connected with him to help his sister get some messages and heal, he felt very low vibrational, and he felt latched to earth, which means for me to physically see a body in front of me, it's rare. And to me, that means they're still earthly attached, because I can usually just see it without my conscious eyes,
right?
Whatever you call this. But he felt very, very earthly still, very connected. And it is because his family was dealing with so much trauma and not healing and grasping the concept and the idea of his death. So the more we grieve and don't heal on earth, we actually affect our loved ones' journey, because they feel like they have to stay and help us. And they can't stay in the same way as their soul can when it elevates. So he felt more stuck in a lower vibration. And then, so it's kind of like that purgatory, that in between. They still have unfinished business on Earth.
They won't cross over.
Probably about like 8 months down the road, her mom wanted to get a reading. So connecting to the same kid, but mother's son this time. And he came back and connected. And I swear I felt like I was talking to a whole nother person. I was like, this is not the same guy I connected with. Like, I was like, he's crossed over. Like, he's transitioned. He's doing what he should be doing. And I felt the growth in his family throughout those 8 months. And I kept in contact with one of the girls, the sister. And just to see her personal growth, it made a massive change in his soul's growth. It was crazy.
Do you ever see children?
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. They're, like, obsessed with me.
That's going to be heartbreaking, though, right?
Yeah. I've met 2 of my own kids in 2015. I know I have 4. I met 2 of them back then. And then this is my Salem witch trial story, actually, if you want to hear it.
Yes, of course I do.
Yeah. So for when I first tapped into these gifts, I got a lot of messages. I had a reading done actually by another psychic, and she was like, I'm getting like Salem witch trials. And I was like, oh, like that'd be crazy if I was like one of the witches, but it never really felt like I was that powerful back then. Because I think I have a lot of karma. I'm just like now starting to get there. But I, where am I at? So pretty much I go to Salem on my road trip. I decided to travel the world, the U.S. And I was like, hey, I'm feeling really called to Massachusetts. I was even thinking about moving there. I was like, I feel so called here. And then the previous, like 2 days before I'm about to arrive to Salem, the name Ben pops in my head, and it's a kid. It's a kid. And I was like, I wasn't sure if he was mine because I've been so close to the 2 I connected with since 2015. I was like, I'm letting a new child in? Like, this is crazy. And so I didn't know what to do with the information. And then Ben just repeated in my head for a couple days. But he felt like he was family to me. He felt related. I just didn't know what he was. So I arrived to Salem. Ben is just hammering in my head. All I can say is Ben, 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 Ben. And I was like, okay, we got to find fucking Ben, clearly. So I'm walking around the little town, and I walk by, and these people are having a conversation. I hear Sarah Abbott. And so that spoke to me, and I Googled immediately who Sarah Abbott was. Sarah Abbott was married to a Ben who also named her kid Ben Abbott. And so they played a big role in the Salem witch trials. It gets fucking trippy. I have goosebumps already. So I'm like, holy shit, this is my kid. I was Sarah Abbott. Everything processed. I found my address. I went to my house that I lived in. I had 4 boys my entire life. Anyone you ever know, I'm like, I want to have 4 boys. I want to be a boy mom. That's what I feel in my gut. I've always said that. So I'm getting all these fucking revelations. It's just insane. I'm like pacing around Salem, probably looking like the craziest bitch in town. And it's Salem. That says a lot. And, yeah, you know, I made a series of videos on it, and I just really enjoyed it. And then I left, and I didn't come back for a few days, and I felt really called to come back a few days later. And I wanted to visit the gravestones, because I didn't even visit the grave those days of the witches who got burned and died. And so I brought little flowers and a little salt in my pocket, and I headed to the graveyard. And in this story, by the way, Sarah Abbott is the one who turned in Martha Carrier, who was one of the main 14 witches.
Right.
And so I was, just realizing, like, okay, so obviously I did bad things. I turned someone in, and I got them killed, and I got their sons injured or whatever. I played a part in someone's pain, right? And so I knew I had a lot of karma there to heal. And so I wanted to go apologize to Martha, right? So I go to the grave. I had no fucking clue. It was the exact day she died. August 19th was the day I visited that grave. And it was what, 1792. My sister's birthday is August 19th, 1992. My sister was Martha Carrier. I was Sarah Abbott. And I turned her ass in. And that's why we have a lot of karma in this lifetime. It was fucking insane. I literally looked at the grave and I was like, August 19th. It's today? I was sent.
And you did a video series on this?
Yeah, but it's kind of messy because I was so scrambled that day, so I was thinking about redoing it, but it's like a 3-part series on my Instagram and my TikTok.
You should definitely do that. Put that on your YouTube channel. That's
it's pretty raw, so the ones I made were kind of messy. I could definitely redo them.
Wow. Wow, that's wow.
And it was just insane because, you know, I do have a lot of karma to heal with my sister in this lifetime. I have been very, like, hostile towards her, and we fought our whole lives, and it makes so much sense we carried that karma into this lifetime. Because she wasn't my sister in that lifetime. She was just, you know, a woman in a neighborhood. But you get reincarnated with people in your soul family, you always stick together.
Right.
But, you know, your wife could be your dog, or they could be your sister or your kid one day.
Right.
In a different life. And so that's just how you have to keep completing karma. Like, you could be a boy or a girl in your next life.
Yeah, my wife, she always says she hopes she comes back as a man. So I'm like,
yeah, I have a lot of male.
It ain't that
lives.
great. So
I want to come back as a golden retriever in the white family.
Yeah, there you go. So
yeah,
your latest video is on February 22nd, 2022. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's this is going to be, so this is the Pluto return.
2 days from now.
Pluto has not, sorry.
So that's like 2 days from now.
Yeah, no, shit's about to fucking happen. Yeah. It's good we talk about this now. But so the Pluto return Pluto hasn't been to its home station since 1776, and that was when the US was founded, Declaration of Independence, all that good stuff happened. Also a war. So that hasn't been a thing since 1776. And so Pluto is finally coming home on February 22nd. And it is for a reason, and the reason is to basically destroy capitalism and all the bad shit that is not working in our world. Healthcare systems, everything's going to look completely different 10, 15 years from now. The visions I've seen have been incredible. Like, they'll be using mediums and psychics in hospitals, which is fucking awesome because that's what I want to do.
Right.
I want to help with grief in that way. But so I put out this video a couple last week, and I talked about, you know, I don't see Queen Elizabeth surviving the Pluto return. I've gotten the visions since October, and I see her passing away, and I do. And of course, today they leaked Queen Elizabeth has COVID. First of all, my soul does not feel like she has COVID. That is going to be the cover that they're going to use because the government's very involved in that.
Right.
And the royal family is about to have a lot of secrets drop, like a lot. So be on the lookout for that. But you know, whether she passes from COVID or natural death or whatever it may be, I do not see her surviving the Pluto return. Same with our president. I see him getting very ill, not being able to complete all 4 terms. Is it 4? I don't really follow it.
4, yeah.
Shit. Yeah. I don't see him being able to physically do it. And so those are massive things to declare and state, and I understand that. But like I said, Queen Elizabeth just tested positive today, and I just put that video out literally like 1 day ago.
Yeah, I know.
And
so
people are going crazy on TikTok right now about it. I'll probably have to turn the comments off eventually if these motherfuckers run their mouth more, but
no, yeah, you just keep being you with that. That's all. So
yeah.
So what's the time frame here, do you think? You said 10, 15 years, a lot of stuff's going to change, or is there going to be a big change like within the next 6 months?
Yeah, it's going to be mainly 22, 23, 24, 25. So now till 2025, the most, I would say, the big chaotic events would happen. That's where I have also seen, you know, the riots. I've seen death. I've seen a lot of violence that's going to happen, and this shouldn't come as a shock to people because if we think about 2020 with
it's been escalating.
The riots, storming the Capitol, the pandemic, we see death every single day. And so that is going to kind of be on crack. Like, it's going to be like escalated. Pandemic 2020 was a pre to what we're about to experience.
Oh, I know. It's been crazy. I mean,
yeah. And so people get, you know, I understand people get scared. I'm not worried at all because I'm just very understanding of my soul's mission. But this is where the people scramble and they take all the toilet paper from the fucking grocery store. I'm like, what is wiping your ass going to solve? Like,
I know.
Yeah. And so, you know, spirit or the universe wants us to do things differently and actually like work with each other here. But systems are going to be crumbling, which means people in power, they're going to be fucking pissed, and they'll do everything they can, and they'll be desperate as hell to control you, and they will. So that's the way it's always been, though. And now it's just going to get worse. You know, one day we're not going to say it's always going to be like this, and that's the coolest part is we actually don't have to live in that reality anymore because of what's happening in 2 days. And just, you know, even the whole like 9 to 5 job, like you literally can work off whatever you love. If you love sewing hats of birds, then you can literally be rich off of it. Like, they'll make sure of it.
Well, this is what I love doing, so hopefully.
Yeah, exactly.
I can keep doing this.
This is already sick for you.
So, when I first started watching your videos, too, I noticed a lot of Zodiac stuff in there.
Yeah. I love that stuff.
Do you? So, where did that come from? Because I'm like, when I first started hearing that, I'm like, oh, we're going back to the 70s. You know?
I know. I absolutely love astrology. It was just a passion. Like, I took like 4 astrology courses in college. Like, I've always just been super interested in the sky, and I think that's so crazy and cool that we can know and see so much. And so as I started my psychic work, it really came naturally. Because I don't know if you're familiar, but it's kind of a fun fact. A tarot deck is based off astrology, and each card is ruled by a different planet or a different zodiac sign. So they're actually, psychic work and astrology work is very hand in hand, and I think astrologists to some extent are psychics. So I just got super interested in that, and now I just say I dabble, but I'm extremely passionate about it, and I like to, channel for zodiac signs, as you've seen on my YouTube, and I'll just be like, okay, earth signs, here's some shit I'm getting, like, or my fire signs. One month I was like, a lot of you have DUIs, and I had everyone, reaching out to me that day. Everyone's like, what the fuck? I have a DUI. Like, how'd you know? I was like,
I know. I'm waiting for mine. So
I know. I took a little break from it because it just didn't feel right, and so I'm trying to revamp a lot of things. I love creating content right now. I'm not so into like working with online clients one-on-one right now, just because it can be exhausting for someone to expect you to know answers to their life, and if they don't hear what they want, you're fucking the worst.
Yeah. Oh, I know. So, well, just let me know. Shoot me a message when you do Scorpio. So
I will. Yeah, I'll send you. I do want to get back to channeling it because it was super fun, but I think I lost the fun part of it for a while, so I stepped away. But yeah, it's been calling me back.
So now with the pandemic, are you actually seeing people? Are you doing readings and stuff online? How are you doing this now?
Yeah, most of what I'm doing right now is Reiki in person. I go to clients' houses over here. Also, I travel a bit, so I see clients in different states as well.
Okay.
So anyone wants to fly me out to them, I'll absolutely do that. But yeah, I do in person with my clients for Reiki, and I think that is the most beneficial. I get the most out of it, and I think my clients get the most out of in person. As for online work right now, I'm just offering some fun little tarot spreads, just literally keeping the energy light online. I think my mission right now is to create content and spread videos about these visions that I'm getting.
Okay.
Like I said, I just don't really give a shit about someone's love life right now because it's not on my mind for me either. So
nope, that's good.
That, and then I have a really cool offering, which I think is like one of my funnest options. It's a fun little tarot pool, and then I channel these visions I see for you, and I have a friend who's an amazing artist, and she creates the coolest art pieces from the visions I showed her.
Really?
I told her, and so I can actually like pull up a photo real quick of one, for example, but it is like her art is just incredible. Like, here's one, for example. It's a wolf with butterflies in the stomach, and then his mom passed over, so I told her, add an orb in there of his mom looking over him, and this one's really cool. This one client was a Taurus.
Right.
So I got the bull, and then I had a client who was a Cancer, and I told her she needed some inner child healing. So
that's
you get a whole little package with the digital artwork. It's crazy cool.
And they can find that on your Let's Get Friggin'
on my
Weird
website.
site?
Yeah, I have all my readings up on there.
All right, and we'll have all that posted.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, it's 10 my time, so anything else you want to share with us?
I'm just stoked I got to meet you. This has actually been one of the most casual and best podcasts I've been a part of, and
thanks.
I felt really comfortable on it. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Good. So, well, good. Then my next question is, would you like to come back sometime?
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool.
For sure.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So I'll give you a little bit of time to start doing some more friggin' weird shit that you do. So, and if you're ever in Tennessee, just contact me. Let me know if you need to. You can stay out the farm with the goats or whatever.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'll definitely come to the farm. That sounds like a sweet setup over there. I want to get back on the road and travel. I'll probably move to Mexico. Who knows?
All right. That's what I love about you. You're just like so everywhere. So
very much a free spirit. Yeah.
I really, really appreciate you being on the show tonight. And like I said, I'll post all the links, and we'll also repeat all the links for the audio podcast so that people are driving in the car, they can know where to get it. So,
perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Sounds
I want
good.
to thank everybody, and thank my very special guest, Cassidy Rey, for being here tonight, and thank everybody for listening to the Ed Sullivan Experience and watching it on YouTube. We'll put the links there. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and share it. Hit the like button. Do everything you got to do. Go everywhere. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. Even at my old ass age, I'm on TikTok. So, hey, you got to do what you got to do. So, all right.
Yeah.
Everybody have a great night, and we'll see you later.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you.